Welcome to the channel. My name is Wayne, and I'm going to do some betting today. I also have a YouTube channel, Retro Horror. I do a lot of movie reviews. This channel is focused on my love for chess and now positive EV betting, which I do through a software called 8 Rain Station. This is a great software that helps me basically scalp edges between books. That's EV betting, also known as steam chasing, all kinds of terms for it. But basically, what you're doing is you're trying to take advantage of discrepancies between odds of books. And you're not really looking at um, focused on, as I would call it, bottom down betting, which is where you pick a team that you think you know and you bet that based on your knowledge. Because the fact, quite frankly, the books know more than you do. They just do, and that's just a losing proposition over time. So I've changed my focus on betting, and it's been very successful. I'm up quite a bit since January. Uh, I'm very conservative about this. This is more of an academic exercise. I'm using a $1,500 bankroll. The Kelly multiplier, as you can see here, of 15%. That's there to make sure that I don't go nuts and blow my bankroll. So let's get into it, and I'll talk about philosophies and strategies in this software in particular as we move forward. What I like to do I like to bet early in the mornings to try to get some early edges, and then I'll come back later in the afternoon and when there's a lot of line movement and see if I could find any other advantages to take it, edges to take advantage of. As far as so, what you've got here is your account settings. This is my bet sizing. The books that I use are already set up here. I've got BetMGM, and I definitely recommend that you get as many books as you can because even if you don't, uh, you're not a proponent of EV betting, at least you can do is line shop at a minimum. Got to make sure my cigar is lit. Just got to do this the right way. BetMGM, BetRivers, BetUS, MyCrookie. So yeah, those are my books. Now the key to this software is the weightings. And I play around with this. I'm gonna go with basically what this is the key to this whole thing is setting your no vig line based on sharp books. And so it's pretty well recognized that Pinnacle's a sharp book, particularly for player totals and line totals and game lines. And then Bet Online is for more of a props. I think both are very strong. I've had trouble with Caesars, so I'll sometimes add Caesars as a sharp book. But this morning we're just going to go Bet Online and Pinnacle, 1-1, and that's going to let's save that. That's going to take us to the play screen, which we're looking at here. Now, what I like to do is whittle this down. There's 98 results, so that's a little bit much, and it's early. So I'm going to change my EV percentage, which is my expected value percentage, to 2.5. The hold, which is the book's hold or width, is 6.5. I like to see it way under that. And then your weighting is how many sharp books is in each bet. I'm gonna start with 2 and see if I can whittle this down a little bit and just kind of scalp the cream off the top, if you will. All right, so we got 15 results. So let's look at. Oh, you know what? Before I start this, there is. So I've talked about. Let's look at Jalen Suggs, and I'll go back to what I wanted to do. Uh-oh, something's different here. So, not sure what all this is on top. I'll have to investigate that. So what you've got here, Jalen Suggs, PRA, the no vig, or would be your fair odds if the books didn't have their piece of the action. This would be like if you're coin flipping with a friend. Fair odds is 100. So you see Unibet and Bet Rivers is over here at plus money, and Bet Online slightly favoring. Well, Bet Online is basically a coin flip between the over and the under, and Caesars is off on one side. So there's not a lot going on here. I think I'm going to skip it. I'm going to pass on that one. Just there's not enough market activity to gauge whether that's a good bet or not. And quite honestly, this I looked my one of my bad. I've had bad results betting against Bet Rivers. I'm down at that book, uh, and so when I see a diagram like this with Bet Rivers as your play, I'm kind of hesitant to do it. I'm going to pass on that one. If you hit refresh, you can keep your. It's going to keep your settings. You're just going to see if there's anything updated. Dayton at St. Louis, Billikens under 159, under 149. Um, I guess what this is so they've added this as a new feature where you can probably let's try this. If I want to go to 150, yeah, it brings you right to it. Okay. So this is basically an add-in. It used to be these different options. You had to go to your events screen and then search for it, like college basketball. You'd go here, and then you could search for alternatives, spreads, and you can still do that. Alternative totals. I like this new feature though. So you basically have the alt lines a little right here in front of you, which is nice. You just click right into it. So let's go back to this one. 149 and a half. FanDuel is the play here. That's a small plus EV of 1.9%. That's not too bad. At least over 1.5, I think, is the fresh threshold. Pinnacle, you've got Pinnacle favoring the over, as well as Caesars. So this is a dog play under 149. I don't think that's enough value to play. I am going to pass. Part of what I learned about betting is some of the best bets you can make is ones you don't make. So let's look at Dayton team total. Dayton team total under 80 and a half. This is a Caesars play, and Caesars has typically kicked my ass. Pinnacle. This is Pinnacle versus Caesars. Pinnacle says odds are fair odds is, well, not fair odds. Pinnacle's laying a minus 120, but you can get Caesars at 105. It's 3% play. I actually think Dayton on the road against St. Louis is. I like St. Louis in this spot, so I am going to bet this. Now Caesars I got on my phone, so I'm going to make this bet at Caesars on my phone. I'm not going to do it for full beans though, because Caesars, as I said, and Bet Rivers has kicked my ass. And these team totals in particular, I don't have a good record on them. I've looked at it, and most of them I've ate shit. So I'm going to tread carefully here. The recommended bet size is $8. I'm going to go with 5 on Dayton. It's 8 o'clock. Caesars. I gotta scroll through here and find the damn thing. Caesars. So this is on a total. Dayton under 80 at point and a half in the hook. I'm gonna bet this $5. This is a penny versus Caesars. I'd like to make notes so I can look back on it. I'm down on this strategy, but I'm gonna go. I'm betting it. It's bet. So that's in. One bet's in. Under 152. That's really the kind of the main line. Under 152. You can see Pinnacles over here rocking a 129. And then Bet Online is kind of in the middle with Caesars. There's no play here. There's no I mean, there's no EV, so I'm gonna pass. Let's hide that one. Uh, One bet I want to make before the lines move, and this is where I've just sitting here talking about I've changed my bet strategy to EV betting. I am going to. I still bet based on what limited knowledge I think I have about a certain game or a certain spot. One team I love is Texas State, and they're at home against ODU. I just think they're going to kick ODU's ass. So, and I think the line's going to move in favor of Texas State. The longer I wait for it to play it, the more likely that it's going to get too out in front. So let's go. This will give me a chance to show you. So this is the event screen. You can search for specific games. This you can also line shop with 8 Train Station. You don't have to necessarily be an EV bettor. You can use the station to line shop, which I'm doing right now. So let's see, Texas State. Texas State at home is they're a tough team. So the best line, so 3.5. Let's see, what's the best odds I can get at 3.5? So Pinnacle's hanging a 119, which is what I would expect. BetMGM looks like that's the best option at 110. This is not an EV play, but this is just me picking a team that I think is going to win. I still do that some of that. Like I said, you don't have to be hard and fast about this. So I do, and I do sporadically throw in feel good picks. I don't do a lot of it, but where I think there's a spot that I like in this case, I'm going to play it. So let me see if I can get a 3. Is anybody hanging a 3 out there? Bovada and DraftKings are hanging a 3. At 130. And the 3.5. What was the 3.5? 110. I'm gonna lay the hook and just bet with MGM. I'm gonna lay the hook. So BetMGM. We'll go back to BetMGM now. Oh, there's an odds boost. Let me look at this a second. That's what I could do. Maybe I'll use my odds boost on this one. I could boost it. Let's find it. Texas State. I guess I'll search for it. Shit. $3.5 minus 110. I'm gonna bet it. I'm gonna save the boost. I'm not. I'm gonna bet $4 on this. Now, one thing you guys are probably thinking, well, you're not betting very much, but it's also a volume thing. Um, I make a lot of bets over the. I'll probably end up with 30 bets today, at least 20, and so over time, I've been able to build a pretty nice but modest bankroll. Like I say, this is kind of more of an academic exercise than anything else. All right, so I've got that bet in with Bet MGM. So I'm on Texas State. So let's go back to the play screen, hit refresh. All right, Jalen Suggs. Can I just look at this? Yeah. There's not enough here for me to bet that one, so I'm going to skip it. Paulo Banchero. I've done very well fading him. This time the books, well, Bet Online is shaded to the over. Points Pinnacle is off. Now, when I like to see more than one sharp book on the side that I'm going to bet. So in this case, we've got Banchero's over at plus money with ESPN. But the only sharp book is Bet Online, which tells me that Pinnacle was at 103, and I'll bet that they have gone to 22.5. So the way I can find that out is just go now. I can just click. Used to be I had to go to the events and search for it, but now I can go to the 22.5. And okay, maybe they're at 20. Aha! So Pinnacle's at 20. Bet Online moved. Hmm. I can bet. I could bet this at DraftKings. It's not positive EV. This is where let's look at his stats because I really don't like. I, I really would prefer to be on the under, to be honest with you. Let me just take a quick look at his stats. 20.5. See, he's over. He's very erratic, but most of the time to me he's under. So his average for 10 games is 22 versus Charlotte. He's they're on the road at Charlotte. Charlotte sucks. My guess is he's going to make this number. Do I care if it's 21 or 22? That's the question. 20 or 21? You know what? I don't think I care. If he hits this, he's going to go over 21. So I'm going to bet. I'm going to bet this at ESPN. I got this one on my phone. I'm taking the 21, and just hope it doesn't land on 20. This is going to take me a second. Banchero. I'm going to be pissed if this lands on 2021. Banchero. Oh shit. Player props. So 21.5 is even money. ESPN has the over 20 at 130 minus, so everybody's expecting him to go to at least 20. I'm gonna throw $5 at this and see what happens. Like I say, I'd rather be fading Banchero, but I'm gonna let the math dictate. Bet Online moved to 21. Yeah. Up. Yeah. Pinnacle, penny at 20. Okay. So we got that one in. This is a game. This is 5 days out. I'm gonna hide that one. Islanders. This is points over. Again, this is another type bet I'm not real keen on betting, particularly if it's a dog. And this is a dog. So heavily favored to go under. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. I just don't. And this Bet Rivers, they fuck me. This would be a classic losing bet at Bet Rivers. At least for me, it would be. I'm passing. All right, let's look at Dorian Finney. Rebounds. So Bet Online is at one minus 143. So this is over. Again, this is a Bet Rivers play, which I'm hesitant to do. Bet Online is 110. I don't have a Pinnacle line. Market's pretty consolidated. The book's hold isn't too bad. I don't know. I mean, this is one where I like to look at the stats, just see what's going on. Let me look at the stats real quick. Rebounds. So he's averaging 4. In Memphis, he's 2 games at Memphis he's gone over. So there must be some thinking that he just gets more rebounds playing Memphis, right? Uh, Rebounds under. I'm passing. I'm not going to bet that. Sixers. Embiid is out. I think he's still out, and they're on the road at Brooklyn. But Pinnacle's here saying we don't care. Bovada's over there. Let's see. Where is. I mean, this is the. Philly's definitely the favorite on the road here. I don't think that's enough of an edge at 1.6 to play it. Where is Caesars? I don't have Caesars either. I think I'm gonna wait on that one. It's 6 p.m. Maybe I'll come back to it. I'm gonna pass. These are all pretty small edges. And early in the morning, although this is an under. Let me look at this PRA under. Tobias Harris PRA under. Bet online is at 125. So this is what I like to see the most. Well, you've got Bet online and Pinnacle. Although the line movement would indicate that Pinnacle slightly going this way, Bet online that way. There may be some conflicting opinions about this. This is a DraftKings play. I'm on the fence about this one too. Yeah. Let me just take a look here at this. PRA under 29.5. He's gone under. Is this right? PRA under 29.5. 16. I mean, he's been on a heater the last 2 games, but other than that, let's take a look. Hmm. The problem here, I'm going to pass. The problem here is that with Embiid out, Tobias Harris is probably getting a lot of playing time and points. So I'm going to pass on that one. CJ McCollum, I'm in New Orleans. So definitely a Pelicans fan. CJ to get 3.5 assists. I am there. I don't need to look at anything else. Pinnacle, Bet Online, yeah. Bet Rivers, let's go for it. Let's go for it. I think this is going to be my last bet right now this morning. Let's see. CJ McCollum assists. I'm all over this one. $6. Let's see. Oh, shit. All right, CJ's in. Hate the way it keeps popping up like that. All right, I'm going to stop right there, guys. I may be back later in the day when there's more action. Appreciate you watching.